Today's Thursday. I'm all turned around right now. We're gonna talk about a few things. Wait till everybody get up in here. When y'all come in here, y'all know the vibes, man. Smash the like button, share the content. Let people know what we're doing in this community. Got some fun stuff lined up today and actually this week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to get excited, y'all. I'm getting extremely excited about what's going on, especially in our space and especially with this channel, man. This channel is doing a lot of new different things, whether that's the cover three joint with my brothers, man. Salute to DMV and Rome. Those are my dogs. So we got that going on. These interviews with these draft prospects is going crazy, man. My Instagram is like full. And I'm getting so many prospects and players and agents wanting to come on the channel and interview. So it's like, passion, man. I'm telling y'all this for a minute. Like, even though I love the Cowboys content, what's up, DB? What's going on with you, dog, man? Happy Thursday. Even though I love the Cowboys content, y'all, I love the NFL draft stuff because it's just pure, right? It's just sitting back, watching these kids play, and just seeing, hey, what do they do good and how can they help NFL teams? What do they do well? What do they don't do well, right? So, when it comes to the NFL draft, I'm really finding my why, I guess. And I never thought it would be like the draft, right? But I'm really finding out what I enjoy doing the most. And I just love covering these kids, man. So I have a kid coming on tonight, Amari Kite. He played for Alabama. So he played under Nick Saban. He was a left tackle / right tackle. What's up, HCM Sports? What's up, Sadiq? What's up? Courtney, what's up, everybody? So Amari played for Nick Saban in Alabama, won a national championship in 2020. That's right when they beat Ohio State. So he won a national championship. He transferred over to UCF and played right tackle. So he's coming on the channel tonight. We're going to record some stuff and get some content out, man. So it's kind of cool. But I want to talk about a few things, man. I want to get everybody in here. So like I said, salute to everyone. Happy Thursday. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe and whatnot. But I want to talk about one thing. Let's just get this over quick. All right. So Dak Attack, right? Or Attack on Cowboys or Clint, whatever you want to call him, right? A lot of people saw my post and my tweet today. Now, I will say this. First and foremost, a lot of you, whether it's CB, Sadika, the list goes on and on, DB, you have all followed me throughout the course of my journey long enough. And you guys know that I really don't get jealous by anyone else's success, right? Vach being on the draft show, that's go Vach. That's my dog, right? Law sitting at the table with Dak Prescott. That's Law. It takes Law. Mark Holmes cracking 100,000. Let's go, Mark. Aisha on the DallasCowboys.com. That's my sis. Jess Navarez and Sky with the morning show and, Rome hitting 30K and, like all these great things that a lot of people in our Cowboy space are doing. I never have any animosity, any jealousy, and not just in our space, right? Content creators in general, like even in the Eagle space, like, I'm always the first to congratulate people, especially in our community, because I know the sacrifices it takes and how, much work goes into what we do, right? So I'm always the first to congratulate, and the list goes on and on. So what do I mean by this? So when it comes to Dak Attack or Attack on Cowboys or Clint, whatever you guys want to call them, right? I will tell you guys first and foremost, I was kind of late on him. I had no idea who he really was. Mark Holmes actually put me on him when he talked about the Dak case. So that was the very first video I saw from him about breaking down how the Dak case was this and that, right? So, I saw Dak Attack's first video about the Dak case and how it's going to get tossed out or whatnot. So doing what I typically do, I support it and say, yo, congratulations, man. That's some dope content, bro. New media's on it. Y'all got to jump on the story, comment it on the channel, just like typical stuff that I do, right? Subscribe to the channel. All right, cool. We got a new content creator. And the first video I saw looked like a banger, but Mark Holmes vouched for him. So cool. All right, cool. So I commented. Nothing too crazy. Saw some of his content pop up. I really didn't watch. I don't get to watch everybody's stuff because I'm busy doing my own. And then, I saw the video where he had called Wanye a liar, and people were like, because that's after me and TP did the interview with Wanye. Then he made the video about Wanye being a liar. And I kind of watched the content. And I was just like, kind of not my style, right? But even with that, hey, salute to you, bro. Do your thing. You know, it's just not for me, right? So, I never really talked to dude. I never interacted with them, never said his name. I never done any content with them or anything, right? So there was a situation, I forgot what it was about, and Boss can probably tell you guys a little bit better than I could. But it was something going on Twitter, and it was something with 105.3 The Fan, and I get tagged into it, okay? I get tagged into some random stuff on Twitter, right? And I'm like, yo, what is this all about? And he's going back and forth. And I think he was going back and forth with Boss. And so I kept asking him, like, yo, bro, what do I have to do with any of this? Like, I don't know what y'all fighting about or whatever. Like, I have nothing to do with this. Like, I haven't been paying attention to anything, right? So him and Boss were going back and forth. And then it was like me and Big Game James, and also Law was tagged in there. And I was like, dog, can you just clarify who you're talking to? Like, are you talking to me or talking to, who are you talking to? And he responds, I'm talking to all of y'all. I'm about to expose y'all. And I'm tired of y'all gatekeeping me. And I'm like, bro, I've never even spoken to you at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never even talked to you before, right? So then I made a quick video and I was just like, hey, bro, like, I don't know you. I never met you before. I don't know why you coming at me and Law and Boss and Big Game, because he was like on the final word before. So I was like, bro, I ain't never did nothing to you. But, you talking about we put on the knee pads for 105.3 The Fan. And you guys know I'm public enemy number one when it comes to 105.3 The Fan. So if anyone... Like, I am the main enemy of 105.3 The Fan. So what do you mean I've been putting out the knee pads for 105.3 The Fan? All I said was, it was that when Jerry went on the interview, and I was like, yo, they conducted themselves good because Jerry was firing back. That's all I kind of said, right? But we were like coined as putting on the knee pads for 105.3 The Fan. Okay, cool. So his homeboy Ray calls me and was like, yo, Tuck, let me talk to you for a quick second because I think it's a big misunderstanding. Okay, cool. So Ray calls me. I give Ray my phone number. He talks to me. And he's like, yo, bro, I don't think Dak Attack is coming at you. He's coming at Boss, and him and Boss got a beef. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Like, I was just trying to get clarification. So I, out of respect to Ray, salute to Ray's podcast, I deleted the video, right? I deleted the video off of Twitter. Like, hey, bro, like, I ain't got nothing to worry. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had nothing to do with any of this, right? So out of respect to Ray, because I think Ray's a cool dude, I deleted the video. And so then he's like, well, hold on for a second. Dak Attack's calling me. Do you mind if I loop him in? And I said, sure. You know what I'm saying? So Dak Attack gets on the phone, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? And the first thing out of his mouth was, you bitch ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm from South Dallas. You blah, blah. Like, who do you think you talking to? And I was like, Ray, who is he talking? Is he talking to me or is he talking to you? And he was like, no, I'm talking to you, nigga. Well, I'm like on some real aggressive stuff. And I was like, listen, bro, like I've never spoken to you a day in my life before. I never said nothing about you. I barely know you exist. The one video that I saw, I commented and said, good job, way to represent new media, right? So he's like, no, I'm talking to you. See, you scared. I'm like, I'm scared of what? He was like, if you ever say my name again, I'm from South Dallas. I'll make sure you'll never be able to come to Dallas ever again. And that's when the J-Tuck that's supposed to be old, dead, buried, and gone grabbed the phone, and it was completely up. You know what I'm saying? It was completely all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it was a completely different tone of the conversation, right? And it was so crazy. My mama was here. And she had to come downstairs and like, who was he talking to? And I was like, don't you ever threaten me to ever never come to no city. Don't ever put no fly zone on me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ran people out their cities before. We didn't did some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, don't you ever threaten me to not show face in Dallas. I'll be to Dallas tomorrow. So eventually that was the conversation, right? So then Ray calmed it down. Was like, yo, Dak Attack. Tuck was not even on that, bro. Like, he deleted the video. He was chilling, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, man, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm too old for all this shit, right? So, after we kind of hashed it out, I was like, listen, bro, do your thing and I'll do my thing. Like, I have no problems with any content creator doing their thing and me doing my thing. Like, just go over there. I'm over here. It just is what it is. Right. So then he goes on the live and whatever. I get it. Right. We all have our communities. We all want to spin the story. But then he goes on and he was talking about boss and talking about this and talking about that. And he's like, yo, I talked to Tuck and we were cool and we hashed it out and we're cool now. We actually, and I was like, no, we're not cool. Like, you literally just threatened me to never show face in Dallas and you was going to deal with me. We're not cool. I'm just being cordial and saying you go your way and I go my way, right? So after that, it was kind of just whatever, cool, no problem, no issues. Now, here's what really kind of happened. All right. So you guys see the Cowboys Collective. If I'm telling the truth, and if people, one second. And the Cowboys Collective. Now, I'm gonna tell the truth. People might get mad or whatnot. It just is what it is, right? I was supposed to be on the Cowboys Collective, okay? The original people that was supposed to be on the Cowboys Collective was me, Foots the King, Law Nation, and Mark Holmes, all right? No, not Mark Holmes, I'm sorry. Mike Fisher. That was the original four. Borna, who was our agent, that was the whole idea for the Cowboys Collective. All right, cool. It was going to be me, Foots, Law, and Fish, okay? And I was like, I know me and Fish had our back and forth, but I was like, all right, cool. But, rock with Law, rock with Foots. Maybe we can make it work if the money is right. Okay, cool. All right. Then what happened? Borna comes back and was like, actually, it's not going to be Mike Fisher. I'm going to go with Dak Attack. So it's going to be me, Dak Attack, Foots, and Law Nation. All right, cool. And then that's when I personally said, listen, man, I see what you're trying to build and I see the idea, that you're trying to build. But me personally, I just can't associate my brand with that because it's too, like, the man just threatened me on the phone never to show face in Dallas like 2 weeks ago. I couldn't just jump on the Cowboys Collective and act like everything is key. I got to check that temperature first before we even work together. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to threaten me to never show face in Dallas. And then I'm just going to be like, okay, let's talk some Cowboys content. It doesn't work that way. Not for me. You know what I'm saying? So I said, what's up, my dog, Big Game James? What's up, dog? So when we were having the conversations, I was like, listen, man, I think it's a cool opportunity what you guys are building the Cowboys Collective, but I can't associate myself with Dak Attack. Like, I didn't, I didn't build my brand. I'm coming off the Super Bowl, and it's just too much, and I can't trust it. And if I put my arm around somebody who's been disrespecting everybody in the community, whether that's women and reporters and everybody, then I'm condoning that behavior. And I work too damn hard. What people don't understand, y'all, as a content creator, and Big Game will tell you this, and other content creators in the space will tell you, bro, we have to fight for every little piece of credibility that we get. It is hard to get some respect. It's taken me 5 years. And if you guys knew all the hoops and hurdles I had to turn, you probably would have been like, nah. So when you get that, you cherish it. And I can't just throw that away for the sake of dollars, for the sake of clicks, just for the sake of anything. I just feel like it wasn't a good look for me. So I say no to the Cowboys Collective. All right, cool. I'm done. So then what they do, they call Rome. All right, so they call Rome, pitched him in the same spot. Rome don't care if I say this. He was like, I can't just do it, bro. I can't associate my brand with that, right? So the whole idea was, how about we just do the Dallas Cowboys Collective with me, Rome, Foots, and Law? You guys were probably to attest to that. We would have killed that shit. You see what I'm saying? But because of the views and the sponsorships and all sorts of stuff, they wanted Dak Attack. Okay, cool, whatever, right? So cool, whatever. This is not for me. I stepped away. Rome stepped away. It just is what it is. Okay, cool, right? Wish the man best of luck. Congratulations on the rollout. Everything, right? But then still, I'm getting stuff where it's like, yo, you glazing. Oh, you pulling out the knee pads. I'm a man. I am 41 years old, bro. You will not talk to me like I'm pulling out the knee pads or anything or S&D for like who are you? Who are we talking to? So I was like, listen, bro, I'm not going to go back and forth with you because I know that what it is. And what it is, I get the spotlight, right? Micah comments to me. You want to jump on that, right? Mike ain't no. Des comments to me. You want to comment back and bro, I get that, but you're not going to sit here and say I'm glazing or pulling out no knee pads or on my knees or any of that, bro. I'm a man first before the concept. I was like, listen, to keep the peace in the community, I'm just gonna block dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. I'm a block dude and just move on, right? So then it's been peaceful. I ain't said nothing to him. He's probably said stuff about me, but I'm just like, it is what it is. Okay, cool, whatever. As long as I'm not involved, you can handle it. You know what I'm saying? So what started happening like the last 2 days, I was getting phone calls like, yo, what's up with your boy Dak Attack, or AOC as they call it? Yo, what's up with your with AOC? Yo, what's up with your boy? And you all saw what happened with West Coast. Now, West Coast is as confrontational as they are, but West Coast is a man of respect too. West Coast didn't deserve that, jumping on Law's live stream and being disrespected. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the thing, because if you are really enriched into this Cowboys community, and if you know anything about it, as much as you may not like West Coast, for someone to say, go back to your 10 viewers to West Coast Cowboy, that lets me know how disconnected you really are to this community. West Coast has more followers than Law Nation. West Coast has more followers than Law Nation. You see what I'm saying? So to sit back and say, go back to your 10 followers to a West Coast Cowboy who's a fucking legend in this game, whether you love him or not, is like you're not even connected. That's how disconnected you really are to what's going on in this space. And so it leads me to question, who are you here for? Now, all I ask for, dude, is just leave me out of it. All right? Do your thing. Do the Cowboys Collective. Do whatever you got. Yeah, like, listen, Big Game James, I don't mess with Tyson, but he's a legend. And he started this. This is what I'm saying. Anybody who is anybody in our space knows who West Coast is. I've been to games with West Coast. West Coast is a celebrity at the games. You know what I'm saying? He is a celebrity. Everybody knows when you pull up to camp out there in Oxnard, everyone is chanting West Coast. He rolls out the red carpet. When I went to my very first camp in Oxnard, it was West Coast saying, hey, bro, when you in my city tuck, you ain't got to worry about nothing. We got you. He told me where to park, where to get my rental car. If he needed me, if I needed a ride from the airport, got me there. Hey, don't walk in that exit tuck right there. You come through this entrance with me. I got you. He rolled out the red carpet for me, dog. When we are in Dallas and West Coast is hosting an event with, Wanye and Dorrance Armstrong and, Malik Hooker and all them, he's telling all of us, hey, pull up and get some content. Pull up. Here's the location. Not charging us. None of that. None of that. West Coast is doing that. Pull up. Boss was there. Law was there. I was there. Aisha was there for a West Coast event that he put together out of his own pocket for Cowboys content creators and fans. I forgot what it's called, boss, the Comic-Con stuff, like whatever, that Athlete Con in Dallas. He puts that together. So you are so disconnected, you don't even know who West Coast, Mr. Run the Damn Ball is, our community. All right? So when I see last night, him going at Boss, right? Boss can't even comment in the damn Cowboys Collective and show support to his brothers in Law Nation without being shot out by Dak Attack, calling him Malcolm X and shit. Then I go on Twitter, you're shooting at Nick Harris. You're shooting at DLS, right? You're shooting at Jane Slater. You're shooting at Clarence. You're shooting at this content creator. You're shooting at this. You're shooting at that. There's a part of me that says, yo, Tuck, take this dog outside and put him down. Now, I could easily be evil Tuck and really, really, really make this ugly, right? But I don't want to do that, right? If it goes there, I can, but I can't. And I can show you guys some shit. If you guys saw it, you would probably be like, oh, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? You would probably be like, nah. I have the files. We pulled, because when he threatened me to come to Dallas, all it took was one phone call. My niggas pulled up everything. We know where he works. We knew everything. We have the low. We have everything in Dallas, right? But I don't want to go there, right? All I'm asking is, one, leave me out of it and show the community some respect. Here's the bet. Just don't talk to nobody. Just don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? If you're the high and mighty content creator, 30,000, just don't talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But you're sitting here pushing and shooting on everybody in the community for no reason when we laid this foundation. Big Game James is in the chat right now. He laid this foundation for me. There is no J Tuck without Big Game James. There is no J Tuck without Voch Lombardi. There is no J Tuck without Skywalker and Mark Holmes and Law Nation and West Coast and Okoye, the people that laid the foundation for me, that made it easy. You know what I'm saying? We've made it, they made it easy for me, and I've made it easier for the people coming behind us. But what people don't understand is if one bad apple ruins it, it ruins all of us. You know what I'm saying? You have a golden opportunity where it's Dak Attack or whatever you want to call him, Foots the King, Law Nation, and you have John Machota sitting right here in the right box. John Machota that just sat down and interviewed Brian Schottenheimer, Jerry Jones, everything. You have John Machota sitting right here in the right box. And instead of showing, hey, let's show what this new media shit is really about and how we can really hoop. You know what I'm saying? And how we can really do this. And how we can, this so that we are just comparable to everybody else. Let's show what we can really bring as far as content creators and put the world on display. Y'all choose to fucking play around. Y'all choose to, this is the opportunity, bro. This is the opportunity. Everybody says, oh, you have John Machota sitting right there in the right box, upper right corner, and you choose to play around and talk about knee pads and he's sucking D and all sorts of stuff, bro. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? All for clicks, dog? All for views for a little funky bet US check, dog? Come on, bro. We work too hard. We work too hard. Big James has worked too hard. DMV has worked too hard. Voch has worked too hard. Sky has worked too hard for us to get this, finally get this. We have Voch Lombardi, y'all, on the draft show, the Dallas Cowboys draft show. We have, once again, Voch Lombardi on the Dallas Cowboys draft show. The spotlight is on us bigger than ever right now. I just interviewed the Super Bowl MVP 2 years in a row from Pat Mahomes to Jalen Hurts. The spotlight is on us right now, y'all. And we want to take this opportunity to sit and play, to play and laugh and joke and troll. Come on, dog. Come on, what are we doing, y'all? Come on, y'all. Not now. Not now. Now's not the time to play. Y'all see how hard we work. Y'all see the sacrifices. When y'all see me at all these events, whether it's camp or Cowboys games or wherever, that's coming out of my pocket. I'm putting up my own money for that. I am investing in myself. We invest in ourselves to get the respect. And now we have all kind of done that in our different ways, where now J Tuck is being called by agents, NFL agents. So the same agent for the kid that's coming on the show tonight, she's the same agent for Braden Fisk and Elijah Roberts, some of these draft picks. And, I got Devin Neal's agent. The spotlight is on us. But now's not the time to play. Now's not the time to play. So, long story short, y'all, when I went and made my post today, because, I had blocked him months ago, actually. He blocked me to probably last night, right? Cool, whatever, cool. Keep it that way. Thank you, appreciate it, right? All I am trying to say is, and let people know in the community, just because someone puts on a Cowboys hat and calls themselves a Cowboys content creator, do not lump them in with all of us. Don't put them on my tab. I'll tell you who was on my tab, the people I vouch for. Big Game James, I'll vouch for. Boss, I'll vouch for. DMV, I'll vouch for. Right? Rome, I'll vouch for. Large, I'll vouch for. Vosh, I'll vouch. Sky, you know what I'm saying? Koi. I'll let people know. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is when I see the clownery that's going on by one individual, they don't separate us. They say, them content creators. Them content creators. That's Big Game James just lumped in there too. You know what I'm saying? The OC. The list goes on and on, right? That we all get lumped in there. You know what I'm saying? And don't lump me into that. Don't lump me into that. So you're making a situation where if John Machota is getting embarrassed by these content creators, and then you have this one guy over here just making a mess out of every relationship that we took to build. Now you guys say, yo, Jay Tuck, we want you in Oxnard. We want you covering camp. I put in my credentials, even though I've been approved to cover the Super Bowl, the NFL draft, the boxing event, the Senior Bowl, you name it, they're going to say, he's just one of those content creators. You know how they are. You know how they are, right? And it's killing all of us, dog. Henny, it's killing all of us. For you guys trying to come up and get in this space, it's a bad look for you too. Because we get lumped in. All it takes is one bad apple. And the reason why I give this analogy, I'm a huge battle rap fan, right? Coming up watching battle rap, it was pure. It was about the essence of who is the best lyricism, bar for bar, word for word. You know what I'm saying? It was, right? It was just pure competition, love of the game, love of the sport, right? But what happened in battle rap? Money started coming in. And then they finally had what's called Caffeine, which is like Twitch. It's a big streaming platform by Google. You had Caffeine, billion-dollar company, putting all the eyes on battle rap. Big money flowing in. What did the battle rappers decide to do at that time when they were on pay-per-view billboards and everything? They started taking deposits and no showing. Taking the front deposit, no showing, right? Or going to a battle and forgetting all their rhymes in the first round, right? Fighting at events, tearing it up, right? Gang threats at events. And eventually, what happened to Caffeine, this billion-dollar company that wanted to invest in the battle rap? What do y'all think they said? I'm not touching that shit. I ain't touching that. My good friend Gerald McCoy. Gerald McCoy used to give out $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for people to see the battle raps that we wanted to see in the events, right? Putting food on this is Gerald McCoy NFL Network, right? But what happened? Battle rappers went in Twitter spaces, started calling Gerald McCoy a culture vulture and dragging him into mess and dragging him into that and that he's bleeding out the culture and linking all of his texts and leaking all this shit about Gerald McCoy. So what do y'all think Gerald McCoy did? Y'all keep that. Keep it. Y'all keep that. I'm good. I'm Gerald McCoy. I'm not getting involved in all this mess. It's too sloppy, it's too messy. You can have that. But now what is going on in battle rap? Now the battle rappers, there's no money in battle rap. There's no events being booked. We're not getting the spotlight that we deserve. We're not getting the opportunities because when you had your golden moment and the spotlight on you, you messed it up being sloppy. I do not want that for this Cowboys community. And I feel like right now, y'all, this is our moment. This is our moment. This is our moment. This is our moment. I told you guys numerous times. J Tuck on 810 radio here in Kansas City did not get approved for the NFL Combine. J Tuck, the radio analyst, did not get approved for the NFL Combine. J Tuck, 88 Media with Des Bryant did not get approved for the NFL Combine. J Tuck, CFO Sports got approved for the Combine. Y'all don't think that's monumental? That y'all saw me build this channel from the ground up and the NFL took a look at it, reviewed my draft content, and approved me being at the NFL Combine. And now we want to play? Now we want to play? Now we want to joke. Put on knee pads. Now we want to play, right? CFO Sports got approved by the NFL to attend the NFL Combine. I was sitting right next to every NFL scout, NFL owners, all the players, all the agents. That is us. Sacrifice, dedication, all of that. Big Game James was at the Senior Bowl getting phenomenal Senior Bowl content. You see what I'm saying? Now it's not the time to play, y'all. We have too many problems going on with our team, with our franchise. Why play now? We're in the building, y'all. We are in the building. We can go and watch Voch Lombardi on the Dallas Cowboys website. They got Voch Lombardi on a thumbnail. You see what I'm saying? The Dallas Cowboys have Voch Lombardi on a thumbnail. And some people feel like it's time to play. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like it's time to play. But what you're doing is you're playing with other people's livelihoods. You're playing with other people's sacrifices. You're playing with other people's dedications. And you're playing with other people's integrity. So what I was saying in closing, I'm just disconnecting myself from it. I'm taking the high road. Don't talk about me. I won't talk about you, right? I know you're probably going to make a response video. That's perfectly fine. But let me warn you with this. If you make a response video, it better be in the same manner and respect that I just showed you, right? Make your counter argument, get your clicks, do your video, but it better be in the same respect that I just showed you, or we might have to go a different route, man. So I wanted to kind of get that out, man. Salute to y'all listening to that. But yeah, y'all, it's not time to play. It's not time to play. It's time to work, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's time to work. And there's a lot of people in our community that do fantastic work. And I'm not going to say he doesn't do great work. I don't watch his channel, y'all. I promise you, I don't watch the content at all. Like, it's just not my thing. But it's not nothing about him. It's just like, I don't watch people's content. I don't hate his growth. You know what I'm saying? My dude, Philly Special. Check out Josh from the Philly Special. My dog Josh from the Philly Special started his channel last year. He is at 125,000 subscribers. Josh is smoking the shit out of all of us. And I tell Josh, keep going, bro. Break this shit. Because if Josh doesn't break it as a content creator, guess who's going to come in here and break it? It's going to be Skip Bayless. It's going to be Dan Orlowski's. If we don't get our shit together, they'll come in and break it for us. You see what I'm saying? They'll come in and break it for us. So no, I want content creators to kick in the door, right? Because I know how it feels to have this gate up. It's hard as hell. you know? So I want my brothers and sisters to break down barriers, but let's do it the right way, y'all. I get it. It's frustrating. It's a lot of sacrifice. Sometimes it's slow growth. It's frustrating when you think you drop the banger ass video and it only does 400 views, and then you drop one random one and does 30,000. Like it's just frustrating, right? So I get the frustration, but there's no bigger reward than knowing I did it the right way and you're getting the ultimate respect. You see what I'm saying? It's just something like that. So to my dog landlord, you see what I'm saying? It's frustrating. I get it. Sometimes I want to cheat. You don't think I want to just drop a random ass? We got a gym to steal a free agency and Jack Sanborn and cut up some random ass clips and do 40,000 views and be done for the day? You don't think I want to cheat when you're sitting around watching everybody else play on steroids? Shit, it's hard as hell. It is hard as hell. I know how those Major League Baseball players felt being around, Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire when you trying to work out in the gym and you just drinking protein powder and you see them shoot up their veins and they knocking shit out the park and getting all these accolades. You think, damn, I want to... You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here working out 2 times a day. I'm tracking all my protein. I'm drinking protein shakes. And they just shooting up their veins, getting juiced up, and going out there setting the home run record. It's enticing as hell. But there's a sacrifice of yourself that comes along with it. Like I told you guys, I bought views one time only just to see if it worked, and I felt disgusted. Because it worked. You can buy views and you can buy subs. I could run this channel to 100 grand right now. I felt disgusting, right? Because it's something like, nah, Tuck, that's not you. So if I get stuck at 18,000 for the next 4 to 5 years, I'm just going to be stuck at 18,000 and I'm just going to roll with the 18,000 that I got. You see what I'm saying? So once again, appreciate all of y'all, man. So I want to pivot over, but I want to kind of get that out of the way. Like I said, it ain't no animosity. It's not no beef. I don't even know, dude. You know what I'm saying? But it's real simple. Just show men and women respect. That's it. It's really that simple. I meet people and address people with the same respect that they show me. If you say, hey, what's going on, Tuck, man? Appreciate you. I ain't gonna be like, oh, you weak ass, you better appreciate me. No, bro, just, hey, man, how's it going? We can be cordial, but I get it. When you come from places where you might not be known or whatever, sometimes this internet fame can get to you. I've been in a situation, y'all, people, the name that Jay Tuck that you guys know, people know from whether it was music, me DJing the club and radios, listen, like it's nothing new to me. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, my thing is about the relationships that I build in this community. And I just talked to DMV about that this morning. I talked to DMV in Rome more than I do pretty much my own family. DMV and Rome are the first 2 people I talk to every day. Because, of course, they're on Eastern time, so they're up. You know what I'm saying? My wife's still sleeping. But when I'm up at 4 in the morning in the gym, it's 5 Eastern on their time. So more likely they up. You know what I'm saying? I talk to DMV in Rome every morning. I talk to Boss every day. You know what I'm saying? Big Game James and then met my mama. We didn't sit down and had drinks. I didn't met Big Game James's girl. I didn't met Law's family. You know what I'm saying? I let people come to stay at my mama's house when they're in Dallas. Aisha, the list goes on and on. That is what this is about. Mike Tagg. The first time I went to Tampa, Mike Tagg picked me up from the airport and brought me to his house. Chilled in the man cave. So it's that. West Coast is like a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? Landlord, Henny, it's a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Lou, JC. DMV's been over to JC's house. They had, all sorts of stuff. DMV's been over to Mark Holmes. That's what it's really about. It's not just about me being the supreme leader and everyone listens to me and gets their content from me. Absolutely not. It's about the collective, the true Cowboys Collective, not one that was put together for the sake of views and sponsorships. The true Cowboys Collective is Vach, Mark Holmes, Skywalker, Okoye, Big, Boss, Tuck, DMV, Rome, Law, Foots, Aisha, Stargazer, BJ Nix. The list goes on and on. That's the true Cowboys Collective. We built this shit on our own. Nobody gave a damn about us until we showed that it was profitable. Nobody did. Nobody did. We were a joke. We were guys in their mama's basement. Shango. Shango. The list goes on and on. Right? That's the true Cowboys Collective. No one gave a damn about what we're doing till they finally saw all the motion that we created. Now they want to build something. Now they want to partner up. Now they want to collaborate. Now they want to. Angry, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. That's the true Cowboys Collective. And if anyone gets mad about that, it is, so be it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate the super chat, $10 super chat, Spirit Detroit. As a content creator, I fully understand your plight. I have a smaller channel. I would love to email you regarding growth and the next steps I should make as approach to 5K subs. Yeah, hit me. Hit me on social media, or my email. I'm not sure what email I have on file on YouTube, but yeah, hit me. I'd love to talk to y'all. And like I said, if I was so concerned about someone's growth and I wanted to be a gatekeeper, I would just take your $10 and be like, thank you, bro. No, ask all the content creators, whether it's on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whoever. Tuck is always the first to help. There was content creators. I saw a content creator. His name is Joe. Salute to my dude, Joe. He was at the Super Bowl, but he didn't have a credential, right? And he was like, damn, man, it'd be nice one day to have a credential. I went and spoke to management at the Super Bowl to see if I can make some adjustments to make sure Joe could get a credential so that way he can cover his first Super Bowl. These are not lies. This is factual evidence. And we were able to get a switch. I was able to put him on the team, put him on my list, showed ID, verified him to let him cover a Super because he was just like outside of it. I'm like, bro, you should be inside because Joe does. You guys know the guy who got clearance, right? The guy who said, what school did Zeke go to college? That's Joe, right? But he couldn't get inside the venue. He was on the outside. I was like, nah, bro, you need to be inside. So I looked out for him. But if I was concerned about growth, I'd have been like, all right, bro, well, shoot, you have a good day outside. Hope you get some good interviews. Absolutely not, man. So let's see here. Sadiq says, looking at Tuck, I'm still waiting on Mama Tuck's information for her hat. Oh, we didn't get her hat? Oh, we didn't get it. Well, I'll tell you this, sis. We're going to get her a hat. Now, we're not going to be at Cowboys games as much, especially the home games, because funny thing, we got out of our, so this is how crazy the season ticket stuff is, right? Let's pivot, all right? So that just is what it is, all right? So season tickets, I'm getting out of my contract. So what happens when you're a season ticket holder for the Cowboys, you have a seat licensing, so you have to buy the actual seat license, and then you have to, so it's my dog Lou takes in the building. It's going, yeah, absolutely, Lou, we got a link one day, bro. You got to buy the seat licensing, and then you have to buy the tickets, all right? So I own the seats, which is like a 10-year contract or whatever, and then the season comes out, and you buy the tickets and whatnot, right? So this year, of course, we ain't doing nothing. We wasn't doing nothing last year. So I was like, you know what? Let me get out of this Jerry Jones, Suge Knight 360 deal, because all they do is just raise the prices every year, and they don't do shit, right? So talking to the season ticket holders, the ticket office, all right, so you have to find a buyer of the actual contract for the seat licensing, right? So I've had them for a 10-year contract. I had it for 4 years. So you got to see if someone's going to buy the actual 6, right? So whatever, cool. So you put it on this portal, they buy the same. So I had to negotiate with the buyer, all right? There's a closing fee. The buyer didn't want to pay the closing fee. So me just wanting to get out these tickets, I paid the buyer's closing fee, me and Mama Tuck, all right? Which is like $3,500, paid the closing fee, signed the contract, we're done. Hey, hey, Mr. Tucker, we kind of, sad to see you go. Is there anything that we could have did better? I'm like, listen, just save it. You know what I'm saying? Just like closing on a house. Exactly. Just like closing on a house. Boom. All right, cool. Everything is done. We're good. All right, cool. Then Yesterday, when I was talking to DMV in Rome, I get a phone call. Hey, yeah, it's Dallas Cowboys ticket office. Yeah, we had an unfortunate event. I just want to kind of explain it to you. Okay. So what happened yesterday, even though I've signed, delivered, fees been gone, paid, everything, the signer of the opposite contract hasn't signed. And now he's refusing to sign because what happened, he found out the ticket prices were going to jump. So my tickets, to be transparent, was like 10 grand. They're jumping to like 14, damn near 15, right? For tickets, all right? So he's seeing the massive jump and he's like, nah, he's trying to renege on the contract, right? So what they've done is voided his contract and now trying to say I'm still on the hook to go find me another buyer. Oh, no, 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 sir. Jay Tuck is signed, still to deliver. We are donezo. You have to go find a new buyer. You see what I'm saying? So it was this whole back and forth yesterday. Like they're wanting me to go back in the portal and start the process over and they're going to refund the closing fee and everything back. Oh, no, no, sir. No, sir, not me. I'm signed, still delivered. You go find a new buyer out there. I know tons of Cowboys fans that love the front office and are so optimistic about the moves that Jerry is making. Go find one of them. Go find him. Go find them. I am donezo. So we had this whole back and forth. Mama Tuck got back on the phone. So those of you who don't know, Mama Tuck, like she does contracts, like, well, she's retired, but she used to do contracts for like big firms. So she went through the contract and she redlined the shit out the contract. Like, nope, nope, this is voided, this is voided, this is voided, this is voided. Nope, 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 and shoved it back. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it was our mistake. So we'll do our best to go find them. I don't know what the hell you got to do, but I'm out of it. If you want to send me my $3,500 back, I'll take that. But go find what you got to do. But I'm not paying no more fees, no more clothes. They're like, well, now since we don't have a buyer, I'm obligated to buy the tickets. And they're like, oh, if you buy the tickets, you can just turn around and sell them. I'm smart enough to know, and I told Joe this, I talk to Cowboys fans every day. Cowboys fans aren't optimistic about the season. I'm going to take a some Drake out of nowhere. Yeah, so yeah, because I know Cowboys fans aren't optimistic about the upcoming season. So the only way I was able to win last year on my tickets is because I kind of knew the Cowboys wasn't going to do shit last year. So as soon as I got the tickets, I sold. Bam. As soon as I got them, I was like, nope, I'm not going to this game, this game, this game. So I dumped all my tickets early last year when fans were still optimistic. I went to Houston last year, Baltimore, and like one other one, right? So I dumped all those tickets early. As soon as I got them, boom, dumped them, sold them for like triple the value and got all my money back plus more, right? Now, for the season ticket holders that waited, once Dak went down, they were stuck. You couldn't put those tickets in a damn cereal box. You see what I'm saying? So they had to take massive L's. Like, yeah, I can't do that this year because I know even if I was to put them on the portal in September, y'all not buying those tickets not for that price. You see what I'm saying? Like the Kansas City game will be expensive. You might be able to sell the Green Bay tickets, but outside of that, no. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lou, it's so it is good ROI. So, and here's what people don't understand, right? Because people will be like, oh, Dallas Cowboys fans, don't sell your tickets to opposing fan base. No. When you are a season ticket holder, you're more thinking as an investor, right? You're thinking more of as an investor, what can be my return on value? So since I'm able to sell them, so when you guys go to SeatGeek or whatever Ticket Stub or whatever Ticketmaster, you're paying an inflated price. So you might see tickets that are going for $450, and you might think, oh, that's a good price. I can buy those tickets for $450 a piece, right? And $900, right? But the season ticket holder really got those from a value standpoint of like $250. You see what I'm saying? So they're making a $200, pretty much 100% ROI on their investment. Yeah, it's real. It really is real estate. You see what I'm saying? It really is real estate is stock. And see, that's why I understood it. The only way that you really take an L on being a season ticket holder is one, the first year, because I was so gun-ho to be one, I went to every game, right? So this kind of taking the L. But also, if the season trajectory goes this way, then you can't, it's like a stock market. So when people say, oh, you're not invested in the season, I'm 1,000% invested in the season because the Cowboys win, the more ROI I make. If they lose and they trash, I can't sell those tickets. So, I know a lot of people, season ticket holders, they're paying like 600, 700 for the tickets in our area, and they were letting them go for like 250 or 160 or giving them away. I ain't had those problems because I ain't had those problems. Yes, DMV, you are pretty much a shareholder. You remember when those Eagles fans jumped me a long ass time ago? They were like, "Oh, you act like you're a shareholder." I'm like, I am a shareholder technically in this because I own those seats, right? So, like, case in point, it was WrestleMania, right? So like WrestleMania comes to AT&T Stadium. Well, as a season ticket holder, as a seat license, I get first dibs on those seats. You see what I'm saying? So I bought WrestleMania seats and I don't even watch wrestling, and I sold 2 of those, right? Made a massive profit on it. And I gave like I think I sold the other 2 like Sky or someone. Sky and take his son, right? So like it's an investment because there's so many events like the Jake Paul fight. I sold my tickets to the Jake Paul fight for triple the face value and just bought a random ticket by myself and still walked away with the profit. The Big 12 championship games or some of those college games. So you have to think of it as an investment, right? But with it, there's these sticky ass contracts you can get in. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, honestly, I probably still could pay for season tickets, but I probably wouldn't be able to get my ROI. And you're looking at from right now with the stock market, everything's tanking. And if you look at the Cowboys like the stock market, if it ain't no Genty coming to town, ain't no Tech coming to town, ain't no Hampton coming to town, I can't. Sorry, Lou. I can't get my ROI on no Tyler Booker. I cannot get my ROI on no Tyler Booker, dog. That's a bad investment, and that's one I'm just not willing to make. So proxy vote for Jones out. So funny you said that, Lou. They used to have a phone call every year for season ticket holders with Jerry and Stephen Jones. We would pick up the phone and we would be able to have conversations with Jerry and Stephen, and he would answer all of our questions as season ticket holders. We haven't had that shit since, I think, the first year I got the tickets. You know what I'm saying? That was the first year I got the tickets. We had the not shareholders meeting, but the season ticket holder meeting, and Jerry and Stephen Jones haven't done that since. Because everyone gets to step up to the podium, everyone gets to ask a question, and they probably saw my name was like, nah, hell with that, dog. We ain't doing that shit. This Tuck dude, I ain't, hell no. You ain't let him step to the podium. Nah, be cool, exit. You know what I'm saying? Am I a WWE fan? I used to be. So the crazy thing about wrestling, I was big into wrestling, right? Some of my favorites, Shawn Michaels is one of my favorites. Razor Ramon, rest in peace, my favorite. Psycho Sid, man, still to this day, I want traps like Psycho Sid. You know, Psycho Sid had the big ass traps. Also, Big Papa Pump had the big ass traps. I always wanted some big ass lats and traps. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm in the gym kind of doing my shoulder presses. So I want to have that one time in life, right? And it was weird because you had WWF at the time, and then you also had WCW. Of course, I was NWO, Wolfpack, right? And I was like, man, I want WWF and WCW to come together. Like, it'd be so dope if they did this. And dope if they did. It's like, man, like this is what we all used to talk about is WWF and WCW coming together. And then we got the announcement that WCW was bought by WWF and they're all coming together. And I just grew out of wrestling. I just grew out of it. Like it just happened. And I don't know. I don't understand. I just grew out of wrestling. I ain't watched it since. I got to cover the WrestleMania the WrestleMania thing. What was it? A press conference or whatnot when they were in Vegas. With The Rock and all those people, and they're going crazy for it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I see fake fighting every day on Twitter. Let me chill. 'Cause I know how people wrestling get mad when I say it's fake, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. My WWF is now battle rap because a lot of fake, you know what I'm saying? It's not fake fighting in battle rap, it's fake thugism. You know what I'm saying? It's fake gangsters in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna do something and grab a Glock and pull out the AK, let it whole rip and do all that. They ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my new wrestling. Let's see here. Attitude Era was the best. Now, I will say some of y'all not watching wrestling for the wrestling. Hey DMV, I see that. I think the same thing happened to me. But there's some baddies in wrestling. I be seeing some of these baddies, like, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram. Like, I need to get back into wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on out here? Question, didn't the Pats have a Pro Bowl quarterback turned wide receiver, maybe Trey Lance? He is tall, fast, can run, and should know routes. What do you think? Daniel, I'm not talking about Trey Lance, man. I said this last night on the show. Now that we got Joe Mixon, Trey Lance is gone, not my problem. Now, I will say this from Trey Lance's standpoint. I don't understand it. Right? I really don't. Because even if, taking the Cowboys out of consideration, if I'm looking at a free project that's out there that has the size, the measurables, the athleticism, the arm talent, just isn't here yet, I could work with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, typically, that's what NFL teams do. That is why a team is going to draft Jalen Milroe, because they're going to see size, athleticism, not even the best arm talent, right? But they're going to see this mold of clay and think, I might be able to make something out of that, right? So I feel like when it comes to Trey, I don't understand why teams aren't seeing that. It's like, yo, he has it. It's all there. He just can't read defenses for shit. Well, how about I'm just going to give him a run game. We're going to use some RPO, quick throws, run read offense, or split field reads where you only read one side of the field, 1-2 if it's not there, take off and run and live to see the next play, right? I don't know, right? So I'm not sure if Trey is completely brain dead when it comes to knowing the game of football. I highly doubt that, but there's no way you can convince me that he shouldn't be in the NFL. You see what I'm saying? There's no way you can make an argument that he shouldn't be in the NFL, but, Carson Wentz and some of these other, you know what I'm saying, people are just floating around. Tommy DeVito, like we said, Tommy DeVito on a roster, but not Trey Lance. I just can't see that. And I know that he hasn't played enough football. Well, it's kind of like when a college kid comes out of college and he's trying to apply for a job and they're saying, you don't have enough experience. Yeah, I know. I just came out of college. I know that. I just graduated from college. That's why I don't have the experience. You're supposed to give me the experience, broski. A lot of people don't understand. Like, I have a media degree, right? I have a degree in journalism. When I came out of college and I wanted to be a journalist, I wanted to be a writer, old media, right? Can you think if Jay Tuck would have still been old media today, it would have been crazy, right? But I came out of college, I wrote for the college newspaper, I wrote sports articles. You see what I'm saying? All of that, right? I get to applying for all these jobs at local newspapers in Wichita and Kansas City, and list goes on and on. They were saying you don't have enough writing experience. I know. That's why I need the job. You see what I'm saying? That's why I need the job. Like, to get more. So I feel like it's the same thing with Trey. Everyone's like, he hasn't played enough football. Yeah. So how about you let him on the roster and actually play football? There were so many pointless, meaningless games that we had, whether we were blowing out, like the first game versus the Browns. Trey Lance could have played that game. We blown out the Browns, but he had him as a third string. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Jordan A. Man. Yeah, they want you to volunteer. Oh, yeah. Back in my day, bro, internships was everything. They wanted you to get an internship, a free internship. Free internship, free internship, free internship. Mike McCarthy didn't like him. Yeah, that's probably facts from him. So let's pivot there. So I was talking about, make sure you get those likes up, man. Comment, like, subscribe. Like I said, we got a dope interview dropping tonight with Amari Kite. He played for Alabama, played left tackle at Alabama. So Landler's is one of your dudes. You might know he's a rotational guy. Played for Alabama, won the Natty with Alabama, kind of a rotational backup, but he was a 5-star coming out of Alabama. So won a championship with Nick Saban. Yeah, that's Landlord's dude, so he probably knows him. So you might know Tyler Booker too. And then he transferred over to UCF, and he played right tackle for UCF, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of RJ Harvey, Kobe Hudson. They also have a quarterback in KJ Jefferson. He's not coming out, right? So they have BJ Williams, the cornerback. So UCF has some talent. So we're going to talk to him tonight, and I'm going to post that for you guys. Do we still draft a quarterback? I would not. I will not. B-Bird, I am follow AOC on everything a while ago. He was too disrespectful for me. I'm shocked that Law still does a show with him. Shaking my head. Hey, appreciate the super chat, bro. Like I said, I can't speak for Law. I can't speak for Foots. I can't speak for anyone that works with him. I am just saying, for me personally, for J Tuck, I just couldn't do it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it, right? I just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I just couldn't condone that, right? I have to be able to trust you with my brand. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing, right? I can't trust you with my brand. Not yet. Maybe he can grow in that. Maybe he'll mature in 4 or 5 years down the road. We'll see J Tuck and whatever his name is at that time, we'll be doing a collab together. But as of right now, I can't associate my brand with that, because if I do that, it feels like I'm condoning that behavior. You know, if Sadiqa is having a party, and let's say she invites me to the party, right? Invites me to the party. Hey, Tuck, I'm having a party at my house. You know, come on, man. You're going to be in town. Bring Mama Tuck, right? And then let's say I show up to the party, and let's say, oh, well, actually, I know you invited me and Mama Tuck, but I also got DMV with me. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't know DMV, but trust me, DMV is cool. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? He's cool. And Sadiqa says, oh, yeah, you're friends with Tuck. Come on in, right? And we're at that party, and all of a sudden, DMV is stealing. He's fighting. He's spilling shit. He's acting a fool at the party. Whose responsibility does that fall on? It falls on me, because I brought DMV to the party. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not bringing no Cowboys content creators to the community that I don't know I can trust. You see what I'm saying? I don't know your intent. I don't know if you're going to come in here and start stealing. I don't know if you're going to start a fight. I don't know what you're going to do. I can't. No. You know what I'm saying? I only bring people on my channel and other platforms that I can trust, right? Case in point, the NFC East Roundtable show. There was days I could not make it, okay? There was days I could not make the NFC East Roundtable show because I was busy, right? I could put my arm around Lou Takes and say, yo, Lou, do you mind filling in and doing the NFC East Roundtable show for me while I'm out? And I didn't have to worry, is Lou going to act a fool? Is Lou going to ruin up my opportunity? Is Lou going to embarrass the Cowboys brand? Is Lou going to embarrass me? Absolutely not. I can say, hey, Lou, go do your thing. Go be incredible and get the spotlight on this community and represent us. Represent the team, represent our community. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to check in to make sure Lou wasn't picking fights with the Philly people or whatnot, cussing, telling, you know what I'm saying, Rio that he's on knee pads for Jaden Daniels or something like that. I ain't got to worry about none of that, right? I knew, hey, Lou, go hold it down. Cool. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. Yeah, that West Coast incident was the last straw for me as well. It was kind of, I didn't catch it live, I didn't see it live, but when I saw it, it was just like, and to be honest with you guys, not to go back to it, but you guys know West Coast. I called West Coast and said, bro, I'm proud of you, dog. When I saw West Coast sit there and deal with that and still take the high road, I was like, look at you growing up. I said, look at you growing up, bro, and I'm proud of you, Wes, because I know Wes was probably going to turn up, but here's how it was. Wes had the utmost respect and appreciation for Law. He wasn't going to do and disrespect Law on his channel. That is the only reason why Wes did not turn up. Like, we know Wes can turn up. You know what I'm saying? He was not going to disrespect Law like that. In Law's house. I know they're connected to both channels. That's Law's house. That's still Law's house. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going to disrespect Law's house. But I know that he wanted to. I know that he wanted to. And I said, bro, I'm proud of you, dog. I called him, like, listen, bro, if no one tell you this, Wes, I'm proud of you for the way that you conducted yourself, because not a lot of us could have handled it, you know? And I know sometimes it's just play. Sometimes it's just entertainment. You can't play and entertain with people you don't know. I don't know. Ooh, Luther Burden, the 30 visit. Let's get to it. Listen, y'all. Listen. Let's talk this draft stuff. Watching them right now. Now, let me be clear. Spoiler alert. When it comes to number one anything, number one defensive player, number one offensive player, a wide receiver, that spot goes to one man and one man only, and that is Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Travis Hunter. So, Tuck, who's your number one wide receiver? Travis Hunter. Who's your number one player on your board? Travis Hunter. Who's your number one corner? Travis Hunter, right? So, Travis Hunter got all them shits already locked, right? So, when I talk about number one wide receivers or number one this, I'm really talking about number two at those positions, but we're going to just put Travis over there in a little box. You know what I'm saying? We messed up Travis Hunter when we beat the Commanders, right? But I know there's some narratives. I know sometimes he doesn't come off the ball hard. But listen, y'all, I sense it in Luther Burden. I sense it. The same feeling I had. Now, I was more confident in this player than I was Luther Burden, because I knew that Josh Downs, he was just a pure route runner. I knew Josh Downs would be able to cut up any cornerback in the league, right? I just knew it with Josh Downs, right? So when it came to Josh Downs, I can easily say it's just there. It's just there for me, right? But when it comes to Luther Burden, I know the narratives. I know people see inconsistency, which I can't explain that. I just feel it. I just feel it. I just see it. I just see that upside potential through the roof. It's just through the roof. And it might sound crazy, but I feel like Luther Burden, if used properly, could give you a Jamar Chase type impact. Clip it if you want to. Bookmark that if you want to. Clip it. Go ahead, I'll give you all a second. When I look at Luther Burden, I see that upside potential. I see that Stephon Diggs upside potential. I see the upside through the freaking moon with Luther Burden. You see what I'm saying? But for Dallas, do we really need that? You see what I'm saying? Do we really need that? I personally say yes. But would it work in Dallas? I did not know. Not opposite of CeeDee Lamb, maybe not, right? But the way that I'm viewing Luther Burden, let's say the Dallas Cowboys did not have CeeDee Lamb, right? Jalen Tolbert was our wide receiver one, Jalen Brooks, and Jonathan Mingo. That sounds scary, right? Would I trust Tet to be our number one wide receiver? I would probably be a little, like Tet, you have to be the guy. You see what I'm saying? He can. It's there, but I would be a little hesitant, right? Matthew Golden, right? Phenomenal. Has all the nuances. Even though you go back to his Houston film when he was kind of quasi the guy, it wasn't the same versus with Texas when you have all the weapons around you. Would I feel that Matthew Golden would be our wide receiver one that can fully take over a game and just put the team on his back? Probably not, right? Emeka, love him. Perfect Robin. He's played alongside some great wide receivers in his career. Never wavered, just produced from JSN to Marvin Harrison to Jeremiah. The list goes on and on, right? He's a 2. I trust Emeka to be our wide receiver 1? And it's Dak and Emeka, and that's our combo? No. Could I trust Luther Burden to be Dak Prescott's primary target, getting 14 to 15 targets a game and going crazy at the NFL level? Yes. No, he played primarily in the slot, but he can play all over. I mean, if you watch him in the sweep, I mean, of course he can't play on the boundary like X, but he can play the Brandon Cooks role because he's like 6 foot and he's compact. You see what I'm saying? He's compact. And he's not the cleanest route runner, but it's enough. And I think that's the thing where he is a guy where you can just take a simple hitch route and he can break 3 to 4 tackles and go crazy. So is Burden your wide receiver 2 game bomber? Not it's getting there. I'm literally probably a few days away from saying yes. I am probably a few days from laying the big wand down and putting on my wizard hat and saying yes. You know, the one thing I really want to wait about Burden is when the beast comes out through Dane Brugler. Like Dane Brugler, he knows the ins and outs because Dane Brugler, he talks to the coaches. He talks to the scouts. So let's say, because remember, like, a lot of people don't remember this, but y'all remember, like, Sam Williams got in trouble in high school with some assault stuff and got in some trouble at Ole Miss or whatnot. Like, a lot of that stuff was hidden until Dane Brugler and the Beast came out with it. And it was like, oh, yeah, had this incident in high school, had this, you know what I'm saying? So once that comes out, everything's listed. That's when I start to build my board, right? Because I can finally see the inside details that us as content creators don't have access to. I have access to the film. I have access to the players at the combine. I have the combine stuff, the Senior Bowl stuff. But I don't have access to the smaller final details, right? You know, that so-and-so transferred out of high school because he got into an altercation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so those little things adds up. You see what I'm saying? But I would not be shocked if by the end of it, when I reveal my board, that I do have Luther Burden as my wide receiver 2. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and I feel like that the part with it is that, you know, we say that the tags are touching this wide receiver class. Not only are they touching, they're tangled up. It's a bag of tags, right? You know, and you're just pulling, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, but everything is tangled up. So if you make an argument that, hey, I got Matthew Golden as my wide receiver 1, I'm really not going to fight you too hard on it. If you say Emeka's your wide receiver 1, I'm not going to fight you. Tet, Luther, I'm not going to fight you too hard. Hell, I wouldn't even fight you too hard if you said Trey Harris. You know what I'm saying? So it's there's not that clear separation of this draft where if, let's say if we turn around and let's say we drafted Hampton at 12, right? And then we turn around at 44 and drafted Luther Burden, I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going crazy. So Luther Burden, I don't feel he's nobody's consolation prize at all. Now, I will say, I don't think he's anybody's Robin. That's where my concern would be. Like, I don't think if you had Luther Burden in Dallas and you're giving him 3 targets, 4 targets a game, nah, just let Tober do that, right? You're going to need 8 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they used him at Missouri. And also, Brady Cook fell off a cliff last year. You know what I'm saying? Brady Cook, the quarterback for Missouri, he fell off a damn cliff last year, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, that has something to do with it. It had a lot to do with it. So Missouri's quarterback core play and fell off. You know what I'm saying? So I really like Luther Burden like that, y'all. You guys already know how I feel about Amari Hampton. A guy that I'm really starting to grow fond on the more I'm watching him is Elijah Roberts, defensive end out of SMU, right? So watch him, circle the name, Elijah Roberts out of SMU. It feels Dallas Cowboy-ish, right? It just feels like it, right? So Elijah Roberts out of SMU, I'm starting to like. Um, Thanks to the convo yesterday, I'm really starting to dive deeper into offensive line. I don't want to. I don't want to. Because I've been looking at the tackles. But my dog, Law Nation in the building. What's going on with you, Big Law? I don't want to dive deep into offensive line, especially the guards, but I think it's now time to have that strong conversation because Brian Schottenheimer had said that he thinks that Cooper Beebe is going to play center. So guard could be in the play, right? So I've watched the tackles. Let's see here. I'm going to see your boy tomorrow at the Star for Dallas visit. Is that Elijah Roberts, Law? Is that Elijah Roberts? I think he's talking about Elijah Roberts. Yeah. Roberts he's nice. Oh, you're talking about Kendall Paul. Kendall Paul? Could be Kendall Paul he's talking about too. I think, KP got Dallas Day. Yeah, salute to KP. Yeah, Kendall Paul, man. Salute to Kendall Paul, man. I love KP. Good kid, man. And like I said, the thing about Kendall Paul, I want to talk about how he's been special to me. You see what I'm saying? Because I know he's a phenomenal player, but KP has meant a lot to me because what you guys don't know, I watched the film, came across them, was talking about him on Twitter, and then my dude, Two Live Craig was like, yo, that's my client. I'm like, it's your client. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I can get you in touch with him. Bring him on the show. Okay, cool. So reached out to him, had the show. So I did the show with KP, and how I found KP was because HTM, right? Henny, right? Because Henny is big on Drew Armstrong, who played for Arkansas, and then he also played at East Texas A&M. So I was going back to watch Drew Armstrong at East Texas A&M, and when I went back to watch Drew Armstrong at East Texas A&M, there was this kid that was playing corner that was just all over the damn place. I'm like, well, who the hell is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just, I'm like, what's going on, right? So that's how I came across KP, talked about him on Instagram, linked up with Two Live Craig, to Craig, and then got the interview, right? But when I did, let me read the super chat real quick. Appreciate you, bro. We need Golden or Mecca at 12, then we need Henderson or Judkins at 44. After that, I don't care. Yeah, wrap it up. If they get Golden and Judkins or Mecca and Judkins, I'm out for the day. I'm gonna take my kids for a walk. We're going to the park. Just let me know what we get. But so getting back to the KP interview. So I interviewed Kendall Paul. Everything went great interview. I'm like, oh man, we talked back and forth. Okay, cool. I'm gonna post, I'm gonna edit it, put everything up there, and put it out to the community. He's like, all right, thank you, bro, right? So I was listening to the feedback, and there was this massive echo. Like you couldn't even listen to the interview. Like it was just like damn near ruined. Like the whole audio file was corrupted. Everything was ruined. I was like, God dang. So like, I'm trying to like play the file again to my different headphones. Like maybe it's me. I'm unplugging stuff, replugging. The whole audio file is just ruined. And when you guys are in content, and Law will tell you guys this, it's hard to rekindle an interview twice. Like I could have just called him like, hey man, sorry, the file messed up. Can we do it again? It wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been the same response, the same interaction, right? So I was like, damn, what do I do? And I was like, shit. And so I talked to Boss, and Boss was like, well, maybe you can try some AI. And I was like, all right. So Boss gave me some AI sites. I ran the audio through. Still didn't work. A little bit better. It still didn't work, right? So I got upstairs, went to bed. And my wife was like, what's wrong? I was like, man, I feel like I let this kid down because he did an incredible interview and the audio files ruined. Like, I was damn near like hurt, like in tears, my damn self, right? I was like, man, I messed up. I should have checked. And it was my fault because I used a completely different software for this interview that I normally use. So I was blaming myself, right? I was pissed. I was frustrated, damn near in tears, all right? And I was laying in bed. She's like, it's fine. Just call him. I'm sure you're going to do another interview. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And I was laying in bed, and it was like, I would say like maybe 10:30. And something said, nah, Chuck, get up, right? Figure it out. You'll figure it out. So I got up, came down here to the studio, and I sat. And I was like, what can I do? What can I do? All right, you used to make music. What would you do if there was distorted audio back when you were doing musical engineering? So what I would do is I would run a de-esser and filters and all sorts of stuff. So what I had to do for that Kendall Paul interview, I had to take a whole hour interview, and every word I had to cut. So, hey, right? Cut the beginning, cut where he said, hey. You know what I'm saying? Edit that, de-esser it. Run a filter on it. Boom. Hey, cut it's, right? Every word I was cutting out individually when he spoke and running filters and EQs and all sorts of stuff on that interview. So finally, it was like 4:30 in the morning. I got the interview to where at least you could listen to it. I tried Wavelength. I tried all that stuff, y'all. I ran it through so many different, you know what I'm saying? So I cut that interview. So I was up to like 4:30 in the morning, tired as shit. And I was like, at least you could listen to it kind of, right? Enough, more than enough, right? So put the interview out, boom, boom, boom. All right, cool. And it did some responses, right? And then put it on Instagram, and it kind of grew on Instagram, right? Because he was talking about he was going to run the 4.2 and all sorts of stuff, right? So then what happens? He has his pro day, and remember, the only person, no. I put the interview out. You guys watched it. Appreciate y'all for watching it. Put it on Instagram, did the Instagram stuff. Salute the law for the help on the Instagram interview and stuff like that, right? And he messaged me like 2 days later, like, hey, guess what, man? I said, what's up, bro? He's like, the Dallas Cowboys are now coming to my pro day, right? I was like, oh, shit. I was like, all right, bro. And I was like, all right, dog, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do. Like, go. He's like, I'm going to put the world on display. He's like, I'm going to put them on notice, right? So he hit me like, the Cowboys are coming to my pro day. So the Cowboys was the only team to show up to KP's pro day. The only team, right? And I'm not saying I'm taking credit for it or Law's taking credit for it, whatever, but maybe just power of the whatever, it got to them and they showed up to his pro day. KP then goes to the pro day. We all saw the video, runs a 4.2. Bang. Run it twice. You know what I'm saying? Ran it twice. You know what I'm saying? Ran it twice, clocked in at 4.2. Then the media started getting out there. All right, would have been the fastest play in the combine. The Dallas Cowboys was the only team to show up at his pro day. This and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it started to spiral. Then he hits me. Yo, bro, I got the Broncos, they're looking at me. I got the Saints, the 49ers, the this, the that. Like, everybody is now locked in on KP to the point he is now going to the Dallas Cowboys pro day, or you know what I'm saying, wherever it's called, right? The Dallas Cowboys media day, or the 30 visits, right? He's now gotten an invite to the Dallas Cowboys 30 visit. Now, I'm not taking credit for that at all. That is KP. That's his natural talent. That was his gift that I saw on the film where I was watching East Texas A&M film on a random Saturday. Wasn't even looking for him. I was watching the wide receiver, right? But it showed like, boom, Tuck, you did that for this kid. And it means something. It means something to this kid, right? So I was able to use my platform, use Law's platform, use what we built to maybe help this kid's dream come true. I want nothing. He was like, bro, can I pay you? I was like, bro, I told KP, I don't want nothing from you, bro, but you to go out there and just smoke it and put the world on display and put them on notice who you really are. Go show them what I saw. That's all I want you to do. I don't want no payment. You got some new merch. If you want to send me a t-shirt, okay, cool. But I don't want anything from you. I want you to go put your traits on display. He said, I got you, bro. And so, he's going to the Dallas Cowboys and meeting up with them. And, hopefully it happens, whether it's in Dallas or anywhere, man. But it's like, from that, I really got my why. You know what I'm saying? I got my why of what I'm really doing this for. It's about using the spotlight, using our platform to help others in a sport that I care about. I know Law cares about, DMV, and so many others. And then it was like, after that happened, it was like, hey, man, this is agent so-and-so. I got this player. So that's why you guys saw Elijah Austin and you saw like all these players because their agents were like, yo, we didn't get you on the show. And we didn't get him on the show. We didn't get him on the show, right? I got Amari tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so many different agents and stuff now. It was like, yo, we love the interview that you did. Then I did, Philip Wilder and Lou Towick and Loic, and then I did Elijah Austin and so many different people, Philip Lindsay. So it's like all these players were just like, yo, can you do one? And so now it's like, all right, cool. I got a DM full of kids who want to come on my show. Now, what I'm trying to explain to the agent, it has to be sincere, right? It can't just be like, everyone has come on and jump on my show, right? You got to show me something. So I have the agents send me film. Let me watch the film. I didn't need it with the Mark, because I already know Mark, because I watch all UCF's game, right? But it's like, let me watch the film. Let me see if it's something there. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll get back to you maybe in 3 or 4 days, man. So like you said, Law, it's just full circle coming back, man. You bless others and now you get blessed. And like I said, people don't know, like, Amari's agent is one of my favorite draft prospects from last year's class, agent. And y'all know who one that guy is? It's Braden Fisk. And she was like, oh, yeah. It's a female agent too, which is dope. And she was like, I was like, oh, yeah, Braden Fisk. And I started just like going about everything about Braden Fisk. Like I'm saying, like from the Senior Bowl to what he did in the ACC Championship. And she was like, you really know these players? I was like, yeah, it's like kind of sickening, but I do. You know what I'm saying? But to see my dog Braden Fisk go off, and then I'm talking to her about Elijah Roberts and all these other prospects. So it's like, all right, Tuck, this is your gift. This is what you love to do, and I'm having a blast, man. So little story about KP. So hopefully KP goes out there and smokes it, but he's no longer just on the Cowboys' radar, y'all. Unfortunately, I mean, I've seen some of the messages, and it's everywhere now. It might be to a situation where you're going to have to draft him possibly, or maybe try to rid him as a UDFA. But there's a lot of teams, from Sean Payton to Kellen and the Saints to the 49ers, Philly's on him now. So I mean, because with a kid, even though he's undersized, he can play free safety, but also he's not afraid to tackle, and he runs 4.2 speed. You can always find a job there anyway. And he also is a special teams contributor. That's the open key. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes to KP, they're going to find him a job somewhere. You run a 4.2 and have over, 45, 50 tackles as a corner. You know what I'm saying? They're going to find a job for you somewhere, somehow. So salute to KP. Salute to all the prospects, man. It's an exciting time. And I tell people, like, when you're up close and personal to these players, it's just different, right? You grow the ultimate respect for what they go through. I'm fortunate to be in a situation, though I was an athlete, former athlete, not on the level that they're on, playing at Alabama, playing left tackle at Alabama, playing against some Georgia Bulldogs, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a completely different, situation. Because I think Amari's story is going to be fun or interesting, because a lot of people don't understand. You're a 5-star recruit. He's like 6'7", 312. Like, he's kind of built like DMV. We kind of talked to, like, kind of built like Terrence Steele. Like, he's a big kid, right? So you come out of Alabama, you get recruited to the University of Alabama, and you think, oh, left tackle, all the traits, Nick Saban, this is there, this is that. But what happens? Nick Saban gets another one of you the next year. Actually, he might get 2 of you. He might get 3 more of you. You see what I'm saying? You might get three or 4 5-star recruits that all play left tackle. Then you get lost in the shuffle a little bit, right? So I think it's going to be dope for Amari to really tell his story, because he stuck it out. Like, he wasn't one of those kids, because he could have shot away from it and transferred and went somewhere else, but he stuck it out at Bama. He stuck there and fight, and he transferred his senior year to UCF. But, he could have instantly transferred. So, I think it's just dope stories that's in the college scope with the draft scope. And yeah, I enjoy it, y'all. And hopefully y'all enjoy it. Like I said, the content is not really about me. It's about them. So yeah, I play for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I like the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Joe Milton, before we dip on out, man, Joe Milton, you guys know I did the video last week, so I wasn't going to do a whole nother video on it. You know what I'm saying? I might do a film session on him if I got some time. Joe Milton, solid pickup for the Dallas Cowboys, right? And the one caveat I said in the video last week was he was a 6th-round pick. Don't be giving him no 4th for him. Don't be giving no 3rd up or nothing like that. Don't be getting no flea. So the fact that Dallas Cowboys gave up a 5th, they got some extra 5ths for the comps, right? And turn around and got a 7. You have a player who's an older prospect, but played in the SEC, played in that Tennessee fast-paced spread offense, has big arm talent. He's not insanely mobile, but he can get out when he needs to be. You can run the RPOs with him. You have some athletic ability, and he can process. Unlike Trey, Joe can process. Joe can process. So you now have a mold of clay to really work behind Dak Prescott. Now, here comes the goofies. He's going to take Dak's job. Do we got to do this every year? Do we have to do someone's going to take Dak's job every year? Can we just take 1 year off? Can we have this Dak's job is safe zone year just for 1 year? Just one. We can go back to it next offseason. But we know what's going to happen. Joe Milton is going to hit Jalen Tolbert for deep in a preseason game. And everybody's going to say, he's going to take Dak's job. He's going to take Dak's job. How the Dallas Cowboys found their Dak Prescott replacement. Hey, Dallas Cowboys find a quarterback of the future. Can we just let this kid grow? Can we let this kid just come in and play without putting the spotlight on him and acting like he's about to be in a gauntlet battle with Dak Prescott? Can he just focus on learning the playbook? You know what I'm saying? Like, God damn, bro. And that's what I hate about, the Cowboys and this media attention. These players get put in such a shitty situation, bro. I played one NFL game. One NFL game. Just one. One. I don't want to answer questions about possibly a quarterback controversy or all this shit, bro. I just want to come in here, support Dak, learn as much as I can, and if the Cowboys need me, they need me. But that's the thing about the Cowboys. I was saying, we put a lot of people in bad, shitty situations. And of course, the player still has to go out there and perform. But such a super chat, man. Appreciate you, Big Blitz. You have to admit it does smell like a future Dallas Cowboys future quarterback story cooking. Yeah, because he's on 4 years? And I think the total that we get for him in 4 years is we have to pay $3.5 million, something like that. So it's super cheap for a 6th-round pick with the talent that he has, right? So, I'm not mad at it. Great value, but let it get there. Let it get there. Let it get there. Let it get there. But what I was saying, going back to Jalen Tolbert, right? Even though the players have to perform, think about this, y'all. Jalen Tolbert coming in as a 3rd-round pick from South Alabama was supposed to be the Amari Cooper replacement. Jalen Tolbert, 3rd-round pick out of South Alabama, who wasn't really playing football until his junior year of high school, was supposed to be the Amari Cooper replacement. Do you know how shitty of a situation that is to put somebody in? We're going to trade Amari to Cleveland for a 5th-round pick and bring in Jalen Tolbert, and now you going to be the guy. Bro, it's a shitty situation. You know how shitty a situation is to have Tyler Guyton, who was a tight end, who played right tackle at Oklahoma, to draft him and say, actually, you're going to play left tackle and you're going to replace Tyron Smith. That's a shitty situation. That is a shitty situation to put these players in. You know what a shitty situation is to have Derrick Henry in the training facility across from you, not pick up the phone, to have Braylon Allen and Jalen Wright and Trey Benson and, Zach Charbonnet and all these other running backs, you pass up on them and say, we are bringing Zeke back. That is a shitty situation, bro. That is a shitty situation to put somebody in. And people get mad at Zeke like he didn't pick up the phone and call Derrick Henry. People act like Zeke said, no, Jerry, actually don't call Derrick Henry. Don't call Aaron Jones. Don't call Josh Jacobs. Don't draft Braylon Allen. I got you, dog. People act like Zeke did that. They act like Zeke orchestrated this entire thing. So then Zeke comes back. We got Zeke, grow Zeke. What? It's not Zeke's fault, bro. It's not Zeke's fault. We put him in a shitty situation. Why don't we blame the Joneses, bro? I don't understand why people are so afraid to blame the Joneses. That's a bad situation to put Zeke in. And now here we are, 3 weeks away from the draft. And then you have a situation where, let's say you have a Mac available. Let's say you have a Mecca, Golden's available, Hampton's available. And you pass on them, pass on Tet, pass on Golden, pass on a Mecca, pass on Hampton. And let's say you draft, Armand Membu. And you put him as right guard. You passed on all these great wide receivers, and you drafted Armand Membu, and you're supposed to be the heir apparent to Zach Martin. There you go. Have at it. That's a shitty situation to be in, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's a shitty situation if you pass up on all these wide receivers and you draft the right guard and you cram him in there and he even gets off to a slow start. It's like, man, I wish we had Zach. Even old Zach was better than that. We should have took a guard in the first round. Oh my God, here we go. Another bust. You're not this right guard kid that you drafted that has been playing primarily left tackle. You want to toss him in at right guard. He's not going to have time to learn. Cowboys fans want you to be Zach Martin like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be Zach Martin like that. Even talking about our coaching style. A lot of people got on me today for saying that I miss Mike McCarthy comments. And I can elaborate on that. It's because, one, I watched the full interview of Schottenheimer, and I will say this. I think Schottenheimer is a cool dude. I said this even when he first came as the OC, did the video, so on the channel still. I like his spirit. I like his youth mentality. I like his lineage with his father. I think he's a good, genuine guy. I would probably rock with Schottenheimer if I met him and saw him at the bar. I'd probably have him a drink and send him a Cowboy reader, right? But when it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, I would love him in New Orleans. When it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, I would love him in Tennessee. I would have loved him for the Jets. When you are with this Dallas Cowboys organization, love it or hate it, it's a completely different monster that you're dealing with. And when Brian Schottenheimer ended that interview and he said, oh, I think Jerry Jones is one of the greatest football minds. He's one of the most competitive guys. I mean, I've never seen a guy that wants to win more than Jerry Jones. He's probably one of the biggest, greatest, football minds I've ever been around. And, I really love him. I love all the Joneses. I love Steven. I love Charlotte. I love Jerry Jones Jr. I love them all. And the best experience about being the Dallas Cowboys head coach was they let me come on their boat. That doesn't sound to me like a coach that right now that can make a tough decision and put his foot down and say, no, I want to do it this way. That doesn't sound to me like a coach that could say, Jerry, I hear what you're saying, but nah, we're doing this way. Steven, Will, Jerry, I respect what you guys are saying. I understand, but I'm doing things this way. This is my vision for the team, right? And I saw someone say, okay, Jermaine, to be fair, the coach that does coaches, they do exist. Those coaches do exist, right? And it was too hard to explain this on Twitter, so I'm explaining to here, y'all, before we get up out of here, right? Let's say Chad, right? Chad, you don't have a job, right? You've been unemployed for like 3 months, right? You got a family to take care of, and you just can't find a job. And finally, you get a phone call from a job, and they say, hey, we want to interview you. Boom, 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 right? Now, they offer you the job, Chad. Salary is kind of cool, but it's not really what you want, but you got to do what you got to do to feed your family. And they say, also, we want you to work weekends. Man, I really don't want to work weekends. Like Sunday's my day to watch the Cowboys. No, we want you to work Saturdays and Sundays too, and possibly nights. Chad doesn't have the leverage to push back on this job because he is just so excited and grateful to get the opportunity for this job. So fine, I don't want to work weekends and shit. I don't want to work nights, but I got to do something. I got to get a job. So thank you. Thank you for the offer. I'll take it. Yeah, when do I start? Thank you. All right. Now, let's reverse it. All right. Now, Chad, he has a job. Chad is making $200,000 a year. Chad is the top producer at his job, right? Chad has been with this company for 9 years, okay? That same company calls and says, hey, Chad, we want to offer you a job, but we also want you to work weekends. We want you to work nights. And the salary, I know you make $200,000, but we can probably offer you $150,000, but we can include some incentives in it. Chad now has the leverage to be like, you have lost your damn mind. I'm not taking that job. I'm not working weekends, and I'm not taking anything less than $200,000. Actually, I want $220,000 for me to leave a company that I've been with 8 years. Chad now has leverage, okay? Y'all with me? So it's not just a coaching thing, it's a life thing. You know what I'm saying? Get your LinkedIn pencils right. Life, I do this all the time, right? Chad now has leverage to say, no, you're trying to get me from my job and you're calling me up, offering me a lower deal to work weekends. I got to travel and all this. Nah, call me back and you guys get the $220,000 and get those weekends away. And then we can kind of go from there and see what happens. All right? Boom. So where am I going? How am I touching the football? Right? The Dallas Cowboys focuses typically on the Chads who don't have a job, who are out of football, phone really isn't ringing a lot, doesn't have a lot of opportunity, but they might just be grateful just to get the opportunity to have a job and work for the Dallas Cowboys. Versus, that is why they don't call the Ben Johnsons. Ben Johnsons, nah. No. 14 and up is my salary. Aaron Glenn, up here. Nah, no, no, ain't doing it. Don't, nah. So we don't even interview up here because we already know we're going to have to come with our shit correct, right? And that's why the Cowboys, that's how they maintain the leverage. Listen, y'all, if you guys can find it, Google search, Chat GPT, wherever, I've searched high, I've searched low. Somebody find me the numbers of the Brian Schottenheimer deal. Go ahead, I'll give you some time. Give me time. You can go ahead. Google it, Chat GPT, ask Siri, ask Jeeps. No, Siri. Hey, Siri, what is the terms of the Brian Schottenheimer deal? See, Siri don't even know. Hey, Siri, how much money did Brian Schottenheimer get to be the Dallas Cowboys head coach? Yep, we know the terms. 4-year deal, 4-year deal, 4-year deal, 4-year deal. Nobody knows the numbers. Nobody knows the numbers of the Dallas Cowboys head coach. Nobody knows the actual dollar amount that Brian Schottenheimer signed for. Don't y'all think that's odd? The Dallas Cowboys, the biggest brand of all of football. Brian Schottenheimer, his father coached, and nobody knows his salary. Nobody knows his salary. Don't y'all think that's crazy? We know he got 4 years. 4 years what? 4 years, $4 million? So let's say the Dallas Cowboys did sign Brian Schottenheimer for 4 years, $4 million. That's $1 million annually. Something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Does that give you the sign or trust that the Dallas Cowboys have this confidence in Brian Schottenheimer? That doesn't seem like confidence. You gave someone the lowest deal imaginable. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you're not making a strong investment. If you're not willing to invest in your coaches, it's a struggle to do it. It's like pulling teeth to do it with your players. You're not willing to invest in free agency. Why do you ask Cowboys fans to invest so heavily? Google says it's publicly not available. Not publicly available. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so Mike McCarthy was at 4 years, one of the lowest. So what was Mike McCarthy's first deal? Was it 3 years? So yeah, so if it's lower than McCarthy, y'all. Okay, so Mike McCarthy's making $4 million. All right, so Mike McCarthy's making $4 million annually. Actually, I got my computer right here. Let's see here. So Mike making 4 years or $4 million annually. So keep that in mind. All right, hold on. Let's see if we can take a look. All right, so like six. Let's say it's like $6 million. All right, so it's like $6 million. All right, so this is new. You had Andy Reid, $20 million. Sean Payton, 18. Tomlin, 16. Harbaugh, 16. McVay, 15. Kyle Shanahan, 14. John Harbaugh, 12. Dan Campbell, 11. Sean McDermott, 11. Mike McDonald, 9. You had Mike McCarthy at 4, yeah, and Kevin Stefanski, the Browns, was at 3.5. Now, can't nobody find it. Can't nobody find it, boss. So I guarantee you, if Mike was getting $4 million and he was one of the lowest paid, Mike McCarthy, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, was the bottom 4 in salary. And they cannot come to terms with Mike McCarthy. Can you imagine what they signed Brian Schottenheimer's for? Can you imagine if Mike McCarthy went for $4 million, Matt LaFleur, who smoked Mike McCarthy, he's going for $5 million. They probably gave Shotty a four-year, $2 million deal. He has zero leverage, bro. For $2 million. Now, it's nothing to scoff at, right? Of course, I would take that. But according to NFL salaries, and you're coaching the biggest brand in all of football, Mike McCarthy was the second lowest in the league. I know people say that agents do not matter. Mike McCarthy had to fire his agent and get a new one. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Chris, he on a free trial. He on a free trial, 30-day subscription. You know what I'm saying? And they can cancel that subscription and go get you a Jason Witten. I had a sports betting app. I had a 60-day free trial. I was on day 59 yesterday. I ended that shit on day 59. Appreciate you. Appreciate the free trial, bro. You know what I'm saying? A free trial. Let me see what you can do, right? Prove it deal, right? That's what Jerry likes to say, a prove it deal. They gave Brian Schottenheimer a prove it deal. Oh, yeah. I like Schottenheimer. I think he's a phenomenal guy. I like the people that he's adding to the staff. You see what I'm saying? But what I was saying and what I meant by why I miss Mike McCarthy, investigative type, man. We investigating. You know what I mean, boss? We gonna investigate. We gonna look up the facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I was saying that I miss Mike McCarthy is, and I was talking to boss about this on Twitter. The thing about Mike McCarthy, he's won the battles. You know what I'm saying? He had to get bloody for Kellen Moore. You know what I'm saying? He had to get bloody for Kellen Moore. He had to go to a deep-ass shootout for Zeke. Mike McCarthy had to get dirty to get Trey Lance the hell up out of here. Mike McCarthy had to get his hands dirty to win his battles with Jerry. And even when Jerry put him against all odds, put him on a prove-it deal with your best player in CeeDee Lamb missing camp, all the holdouts, losing your starting quarterback, missing Micah for some games, brand new defensive staff again, right? Through all of that bloody mess, Mike McCarthy still came out on top to the point where Jerry still wanted to hire him. Now, we have to start all the way over from ground zero and find a coach and see if Shotty is going to be able to win these bloody-ass wars. Like my dog, Boss Cowboy, will tell you, Coach Zimmer, old man Zim, did not give a damn. He stepped to that podium. Hey, bro, I need some more defensive tackles and some nose tackles now. This shit ain't going to work. I like Mozzie. He's progressing, but I need some more defensive tackles. This shit ain't it. Mike McCarthy, hey, if it's up to me, Rico was our RB1. If it's up to me, I don't like these option routes. Dak is our quarterback. Trey Lance is a third-string quarterback. Zeke is missing practice. We're going to suspend him. Mike McCarthy had to get bloody with Jerry. Cuts, wounds, all sorts of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he came out on the other side. He lived to talk about it and could have resigned and walked away. Now, let's do it this year. Let's say, I don't know, we draft Judkins. Draft Junkins, all right? Draft Junkins. Well, we love Junkins, you know? But let's say Jerry Jones really wants Deuce to get more carries, right? And we'll all be making videos like hell to the nah. No, ain't no way. But no, Jerry likes Deuce. He loves him. We draft him. Chris is his guy. He's on the coaching staff. And he believes in Deuce Vaughn. Do we think as of right now, Brian Schottenheimer has the leverage, the courage, and the fortitude to be like, nope, Deuce ain't gonna get no carries, bro. It just is what it is. Junkins is my guy. I don't know. Is it gonna be, or is it gonna be, hey, Jerry, I see what you're saying. Like, I think we can use Deuce in some strategic ways and kind of get him involved. Maybe not in the running game, but maybe involve him a little bit in the passing game, and maybe we can implement some screen packages. It's gonna be a lot of Jerry, Steven, Will compromising, y'all. It's gonna be a lot of compromising. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of compromising to swing Jerry, Steven, and Will's way. And that scares the shit out of me. Because when Brian Schottenheimer said in the interview, hey, we got the greatest scouts. I just let them do what they're doing. I trust the scouts. I trust Will McClay. No, bro, I need some of your input in that draft room, dog. Hey, bro. Hey, Shotty, I know it's your first job. I know you're excited to be here. I know the boat was fun as hell, but I need your input in that war room. I need your philosophy in that war room. I get Will McClay and Jerry and Steven, and Jerry is one of the greatest. I get that. I need the head coach's philosophy in that war room. Because here's what's going to happen. Futuristic wizard. If Brian Schottenheimer does not show that he has what it takes to put his foot down versus the front office, these players will run all over him. Us older Cowboys fans remember that. Us older Cowboys fans remember that. When players go upstairs and talk to Jerry. Oh, they're talking to Jerry. I'm going to say, you don't run nothing, right? I'll go upstairs and talk to Jerry. T.O. Jerry said I'm playing. Jerry said I'm playing. Go upstairs and talk to Jerry, right? So, like I said, I think Schottenheimer's a good guy. I love his qualities. I love his interview composure. I love a lot of the things about Schottenheimer, right? But listen, y'all, the cute stuff is over. We about is live action bullets about to start flying all over the place. You might get a Micah holdout. You might get all sorts of shit. Boom, 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 boom. It was cool and it was fun at the combine when Jerry wasn't talking to the media. At the Senior Bowl when Jerry wasn't talking to the media. It was nice. It was fun. It was fun then. Oh, Jerry back. Had a new suit on, and he's talking. He is walking and talking, and he is ready to get cooking for this upcoming season. And if you let him belittle you and become the authority once again, Brian, you're going to be here today, gone tomorrow, a lot quicker than Mike McCarthy. So as my dog boss Cowboy is saying, let Brian cook. It was the same thing I said last year when we hired Coach Zimmer. Phenomenal defensive mind. But I want the real Coach Zimmer. I want the nasty, mean, you get your head in the effing game Coach Zimmer. I want that Coach Zimmer. And Coach Zimmer said even himself, the reason why we got off to a slow start defensively, because he wasn't being himself. He was trying to make everybody comfortable. So finally, old man Zim said, shit, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be out anyways. Hey, you see what I'm saying? So let Schottenheimer coach. Let Coach Clayton Adams coach. Let Junior Adams coach. Let Matt Eberflus Coach. Let the coaching staff build the team in the coaching staff's image. Not what Jerry and Steven and Will want their philosophy. F their philosophy. How do you want to do things? You know what I'm saying? How do you really want to do things? How do you want to do things, Brian? Don't tell me what their philosophy is and what they want to do and what they like. Tell me what you want to do. What you want to do. Always getting input from Jerry and Steven and input. Yeah, Jerry and Steven, they've been very, very helpful. Anytime I have questions and stuff, they've been the first to, I reach out to them. No, bro. No. You're the man now, bro. You're the king of the castle. Run it. Run this shit the way you never gotten an opportunity. Keep it a buck with you. More than likely, you're probably not going to get another one. Run this shit the way that you want to run it, bro. Run it the way you want it. Because if you run it the way that they want to run it, you will be over here podcasting with my ass in 2 years. Well, it was a good opportunity. I'm extremely thankful for the opportunity that Jerry and Steven gave me, and I really wish it would have worked out. Don't let them set you up, bro. Come on, Shotty. Come on, Shotty. Don't let them set you up, bro. They will budget beast you the hell up out of here for the next man. Don't let them set you up. Put your foot down a little bit. And that's how you grow respect with the players. I guarantee you, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott grew this bond once Kellen got out the way and they had this side group chat. Hey, dog, we don't get Trey up out of here. Hey, I want you to focus on that Trey shit, bro. Don't even worry about that shit. I'm going to handle it, dog. Yeah, we got it. I'm on it. All right, appreciate you, dog. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about the Trey shit. I'm on it. Guess what? Hey, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy probably texts Dak, yo, I got this crazy idea, right? So what do you think about this? Preseason coming up. I'm going to make Trey throw 60 times in a preseason game, dog. For real? Yeah. Watch, so think about it. Just hear me out. Dak. I'm going to make Trey throw 60 times in a preseason game. Everybody's going to be out of it. There's no way you can do it. Damn, dog, that's cold blood. Yeah, bro. I'm going to call all passing plays, even though we got the running back room to sort out. Forget that. We'll worry about that later. I'm going to call 60 passing plays, bro. We're about to get him up out of there. They went out there and threw Trey Lance's arms out the damn sock in the preseason game. I was like, damn, can Deuce get a carry? You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, bro. Mike McCarthy and Dak, they set Trey up. Let that man throw 60 times. 60 times. 60 times, bro. 60 times. Oh, he just needs to practice, bro. Let him practice a handoff every now and then. How about that? You see what I'm saying? And they knew that Trey would trip over his feet throwing 60 times. Cooper Rush would have tripped over his feet 60 times in a preseason game. You know what I'm saying? And while the fan base say, man, he threw 5 interceptions in the preseason game. He threw 60 times, dog. He literally threw 3 games worth in one game. So yes, he threw 5 interceptions. Because he did three days of work, 3 games of work in one game. But that's all he needed. You know what I'm saying? That's all he needed, bro. They set that man Trey up. He threw 60 times. You ain't hear a peep about Trey Lance since. Ain't hear a peep. Trey just doesn't got it. Trey just doesn't have it. Just doesn't know the playbook. He threw interceptions in the preseason game. It was masterful. It was a masterful way to spit that shit back in Jerry's face. This is who you traded my 4th round pick for and didn't even consult me because you're trying to squeeze leverage on my starting quarterback. I got something for your ass. Watch this. Yeah. I got something for you, dog. Here. You want Trey Lance? Here it is. Go. We're going to do trips right. Z dagger. Throw it. Hey, coach, what's my first read? I don't know, man. Just let's play off your instincts, Trey. Just trust your instincts, Trey. Trust your instincts, Trey. Trust your instincts, bro. You got it. Let the game come to you. Let the game come to you, Trey. You see what I'm saying? They set that man up for failure, dog. But it is what it is. But listen, Cowboys Nation, I appreciate y'all for rocking. We probably gone for like an hour and a half. I want to kind of go live real quick and just pop on and talk to y'all, man. Talk to the fan base. Like I said, y'all, I appreciate all of y'all. And I appreciate the community, man. I appreciate, all my brothers and sisters, doing things in the right way. Like I said, it's not easy. It's frustrating times. There's times you're gonna feel like you quit, don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? There's been so many times I felt like quitting this, and boss like, bro, you can't quit. You know, there's times I deleted shit, and you know what I'm saying, like all sorts of stuff. So it's gonna be ebbs and flows. Nothing is linear. Nothing is straight linear. Whether it's content creation, whether it's fitness, whether it's anything, right? But to get those victories, and do things the right way, no one can take that from you. No one can say Jay Tuck cheated his way to the top. Nobody can say that. I ain't never cheat from nobody. I ain't never stole from nobody. I ain't never belittle somebody first before they fire. Everything I always do was a counter reaction. I'm always minding my business. People throw shots at me, and then I shoot back. I'm a counter puncher. You guys know that. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, do things the right way, y'all. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be days where you feel like, why am I even doing this shit? I went live. I dropped a banger. Only 20 people tuned in. Well, I'll tell you, focusing on giving your best content to those 20 people. Those 20 people will turn to 40. Those 40 will turn to 80. Those 80 will turn to 800. You see what I'm saying? But focus on your content. Work on your craft. Just like we want Micah to work on this in the offseason, like we want Dak to work on this in the offseason, and Cowboys to improve in the offseason, do the same as content creators. Do the same as fans. Do the same. Like, instead of indulging in negativity and this and that and this and that, how about say, you know what? I want to learn about match zone. You know what I'm saying? And just get away from the negativity and just Google search match zone defenses. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I'll tell you guys what I've been studying right now. I've been studying the safety position, like heavily. You know what I'm saying? So I've been watching a lot of this stuff on safety, reaching out to safeties, talk to Wanye, because like I understand the strong, I don't understand the free. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand like their thought process. So I'm just kind of focusing on, what goes into safety is different from corner, So it's like working on your skill set, man. Like invest in yourself, read books. If you guys want book recommendations, I have a shitload of books right here on my iPad. Let's see here. That I read daily, just old ass football books, let's see, what's a recommendation? I got one of these little laptop cases. So here, boom. It's a good one I'm reading right now. Football Scouting Methods by Steve Belichick, right? So reading this book on my iPad. So anytime I get some free time, I'm in here. It teaches like some old school analysis, like all sorts of shit, right? So grow your education, man. If you really love the game, study it. You know what I'm saying? Study it and shift your energy. Shift your energy to be the best possible you can be. I want to be the best content creator I can possibly be. I can't be no one else. I'm not trying to beat nobody else, I'm just not, I don't look at other people's numbers and get pissed off that mine might not be there, because everyone's had their days. I had a hot streak where every video I dropped was doing 60 to 70,000 views. Everything couldn't be stopped, right? Then it fell off. I was the man for a month, right? But if it's Voch's turn, it's fucking Voch's turn. If it's boss's turn, it's boss's turn. I'm not going to be mad. My time will come again. I know my season. I know my season is right now. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And eventually, my season will fade away. I know my content falls off when the season starts, but right now, it's draft season. It's me. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to suppress others. You don't have to step on others to lift yourself up. If you have to do that, you're not as talented as you really think you are. If I have to come in here and shit on Angry and shit on Boss every video to make you guys feel like I'm the one you should be watching, then maybe my content isn't what I think it is. I don't want you guys to watch me because I shit on Angry or shit on Boss or shit on DMV or shit on him, shit on, and I'm the number one guy. No, I want you to watch me because you feel like every time you watch me, you're leaving with something. Whether it's something small, right? It could be something this small. Whether that's just me saying stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and you leave with that, cool. Whether you leave with a new football concept you wasn't thinking about or a new Cowboys concept or idea you wasn't thinking about, I want to make sure you guys are leaving with something, all right? I'm not one of those people who want to just take from the community and don't give back, you know? It's all about bringing your best foot forward, being a brother, being a sister, and doing your part and help uplift. Help uplift. My goal isn't just for Jay Tuck to be at the Super Bowl. Once again, this is now my 7th Super Bowl for the credential. No, that's not my goal. No. That was never my goal. Boss Cowboy will tell you that was not my goal. My goal was to get to the Super Bowl, case the joint out, find my way in, show my value, and eventually it's Jay Tuck at the Super Bowl, live with Boss Cowboy, live with Angry Cowboys fan, live with DMV, live with Rome, live with Loft. We at the Super Bowl. That's the vision. That's the vision. So when I'm walking around Radio Row, I see all of us there. And then when all of us are there, we are showing how we really do this shit. For real, for real, for real. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys saw it. When I was at the Combine, the guy came over. He's like from a radio network. When I went live at the Combine, right? I talking about Amari Hampton and all that. He came over and was like, bro, and I get this all the time. When I was at the NFL draft here in Kansas City, I got it from the ticket. The guys in the ticket, they were sitting at my table. And they're like, can I ask you a question? And I was just like, what? They're like, how are you doing that? And I was like, what? They're like, well, we just heard you going live. Of course, you're loud because I don't have my headphones and stuff on. They're like, you're super loud, so your voice echoes and travels, but it's perfectly fine. They were like, well, we heard you talking the draft stuff, and you knew like all these players, but you didn't have any notes or anything. You see what I'm saying? You didn't have any notes or anything. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, we just went through like 30 prospects on the live show, and you didn't have any notes. And I was like, oh, well, by the time the draft gets here, it's already just engraved in my head. Like, I kind of just know everything. You see what I'm saying? So they're like, man, so what do you do? I'm like, well, typically what happens, I kind of went through my process of studying, I get there, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I just do it with repetition. And I was like, the mock drafts on PFF, that's kind of like flashcards for me, so I really don't care about them. It's just me continuously seeing players, and it's like me flipping flashcards all day, and it kind of just builds the brand. So if I get to the 7th round of PFF, which we are, and I know like 20, 25 prospects still on the table, it's like, all right, Tuck, you're at least good. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, damn. So when I was at the Combine, this guy was like, bro, like, how do you know all this? And I was like, well, I study a lot. He's like, because like I said, when Drew Armstrong, who went to Lou's high school, right? He went to high school with Lou. I knew what to ask Drew, but I talked to Henny before, and Henny gave me some questions to ask. And I just researched the shit out of them. So I researched, so when I got to the Combine the day before, I was crunching film and just stuff on all the players. I knew it was wide receiver day, right? You know what I'm saying? I was just looking at all these players, studying. So I knew every little detail, because when you're at the media row or just these media events, you got to have multiple questions, right? So it might be like, if I wanted to ask Luther Burden, like the one question I want to ask Luther Burden is like, oh, there is talks about you having struggles with separation. Like, how would you combat that? Like, that's my one question for Luther Burden. When you're at those podiums, the dude 2 rows down, hey, Luther Burden, John for Joe Media. So there's been conversations about your separation at the college level. So your question gets snatched up just like that, right? So you got to have another question ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to pivot. Like, so even with the Jalen Hurts interview at the Super Bowl, I had a different question for Jalen Hurts, but the guy next to me asked my question. and the mic gets passed to me. I'm like, oh shit. So that's why I pivot to the Kellen Moore thing. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta study. You gotta study your craft. You know what I'm saying? Study your craft and enjoy your craft. Love it. Own it. It's just like when you're playing. It's just like when you're playing. So by the time we get to the draft, y'all, I didn't see these players so many times. You know, I can tell you about Luther Burden's game versus Vanderbilt. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things. You know, I've watched interviews, all sorts of stuff. So, you know, it's just one of those things, like, that's just my goal, right? It's just to uplift the community. You know, be a leader. I admit I'm not a Leonardo leader. I'm more of a Raphael. I'm more of a, let's just kick ass and just sort the shit out later, right? But I'm working on it. I'm working on my Leonardo-esque, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like in the community, there's no need to disrespect each other, to bring each other down, take all these cheap shots, take all this extra stuff. It's just uncalled for. At the end of the day, we are men and women first, and we are all making sacrifices throughout the course of our days just to bring y'all content and do what we love, which is talking Dallas Cowboys football. So I rock with you, a lot of the Black news media creators. See, I've been rocking you for almost day one. Keep doing you, fitting in spaces the fans can't see. We appreciate it. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, from you guys who got to see it from day one, like me, if you guys would have told me back in 2020 during the pandemic when I dropped my first CeeDee Lamb video that, yo, you're going to be at the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be working with Dez Bryant. I'm like, all right, dog, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I didn't think I was going to be doing content past the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think it was going to last that long. But, you know, here we are. I would never thought that far. But as you keep going, you just keep pressing. Like, how can I get better? What's the next thing, right? And I am blessed to be in a situation where, you know, the draft is coming up, and I'm just like, I'm not going to go. You know, I don't want to go to Green Bay. You see what I'm saying? So it's like to get those kind of opportunities, and, you know, it's just one of those things. But never take it for granted. Never settle. Got to continue to keep working. You know, I know there's people who want my spot. Listen, y'all, you don't have to fight me for my spot. I will give it to you. But at the end of the day, I'm not worried about no one taking my spot, because you guys know there's only one me. There's only one Boss Cowboy. There's only one Voch. Like, you can't recreate me. So that's why I don't look at no one as competition. I don't look at Lou as competition, because the way that Lou does things is completely different than the way that I do things. The way JC does a film breakdown is completely the way. So we're all in our own individual lanes. I don't have to peek over my shoulder and be like, oh man, Lou's doing film now. He's trying to slide in my lane. No. Lou do film, I do the film. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's me. It's me. It's Lou. It's Lou. Like, you're going to get different perspectives. And that's what it's all about, right? So stay in your lane. Stay humble. You don't have to bring other people down. You don't have to take shortcuts, right? Put your best foot forward. Stay sucker free. Drink your water, y'all. And things will happen for you. So I appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, I got Amari Knight coming on tonight. Probably upload that video tomorrow, because I like to record the shows with these kids, because a lot of them are uncomfortable doing interviews. So I don't want them seeing the chat and all sorts of stuff and get little antsy. So that's why I do it pre-record. So I'll upload Amari Kite's video tomorrow. Dope interview. I'm excited about that. And then we'll get back to rocking. Tomorrow's Friday, right? We'll do some fun stuff Friday, probably go live. So I appreciate you guys. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the content. Appreciate you all. And I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys. Peace.